Elle King in the studio. What up?
What's going on, everybody?
What's smoking?
I love how Elle comes in and is immediately like all over Carson. Like, I love your jacket, and Carson's like, oh, I made it. She's like, you made it? I love to craft. I love to craft too. You guys are like besties.
And then now we're not important because
you hit a certain age as a woman, and crafting suddenly went from something your grandma did to something that you do.
Yeah.
And
you realize your grandma got started when she was about that age.
yeah, there is such satisfaction in making something yourself.
Yeah.
And then showing it off because, of course, much like me, I had to tell her, I made this.
Of
Yeah.
course.
I can't just let it sit.
Yeah.
By the way, you're not the only ones because someone recently took up crocheting, Big D. And so, speaking of people's grandma, look at
Yeah.
Elle
is
King
she is
staring
stunned.
at Big D like, you crochet?
No, it's beautiful. I had a bonfire last night. My friend came over and someone was like, oh, I like your hat. And she's like, Elle made it. And I was like, I made that. I did.
Do you crochet?
Not well.
It's not the easiest thing in the world to do.
No, it's not. You have to be like, with nimble fingers and.
Yeah, and I've got like big paws. It's
What do
hard
you
to
crochet?
Well, I started off with this.
it's going to get better.
Elle has a new album out today. It's called.
So he bought a thing. It's like a little penguin. He was going to make the little penguin.
It's like a starter kit.
It's
My
like a
first
starter
crochet
how to
kit.
crochet.
Yeah, and it comes. Okay, so it's called Wooble, and you buy it, and there are different animals that you can make. And I have the penguin, Pierre, and
He's named.
you scan this little code on your phone. It comes with a little piece of paper, and then it walks you through how
Step
to
by step.
slowly. And they're like, "Hey, you're gonna mess up. Don't worry about it. You know, they're cool.
Don't worry, that's just going to be like a special little part of Peter the Penguin. What'd you call him?
Pierre.
Pierre. He's French. He's French. French Canadian.
He's
It's
a
colder
French
there.
penguin.
French Canadian
Yes.
penguin. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Pierre.
He's gonna look like he was in a car crash. He's not gonna look right, and
Oh,
I get it
and you know what? We are all
love him.
going to love him.
more than ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can listen to this while you're making Pierre.
You brought that thing in and showed us and told us you were going to do it. And you know what you never did? You never brought it back to show us you finished it.
It's bad.
It's,
It's so bad, you know. Elle, I'm trying. I also make candles, and
now
so
that he does well.
I do candles well, but I'm just not. I don't have the hand thing for it. I really don't.
You haven't been in the mood to make candles lately either.
Yeah, I really.
Inspiration comes and goes, babe. It'll come
Elle,
back.
besides music, what do you make?
Actually, I'm super into like sewing and applique. I got real into like making quilts, and then when I realized how terrible I was like, I quit. But I do like to do this Japanese form of like folding techniques for tie dye. I like real intricate stuff with my hands to keep me busy because I'm crazy. So anything that I can put like all my focus into and like just do something really hard with my hands, like I like to do tie dye and
Keep you distracted.
That'll be my next thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how long I'm going to. I don't know. Crocheting, I'll see. Elle King, the new album is called "Come Get Your Wife." We'll talk more with Elle coming up. Hang on. Elle King with us. The album is out called "Come Get Your Wife." Worth a Shot is on there.
yeah.
With Dierks, we're about to play it in a little bit. But how's the baby? Everything's good? Have you got?
Baby's awesome. He is just more wild every day.
Yeah.
But he's so sweet, and it's so cool to see like the personality he has, and to just realize like how much sweetness he got from his dad, and like how much of an asshole he is because of me. It's like, oh dang, you got that from me too. Oh,
It looks like he was born with face tattoos as well. I saw.
Yes, he was.
Right,
It's genetic. Yeah.
You got it from you for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So speaking of, so you have this tattoo on your neck. That seems like that would be the most painful. It's right underneath your chin.
Not the most painful.
Was the up on your cheeks the hardest? Worst?
Didn't even feel it. That's why I got 2.
Wow.
Really?
I was like, should we do 2? Let's see how bad the first one hurts. I was like, well, didn't feel it. Do the other one.
What is it? A teardrop?
Yeah, just teardrops. No, they're little stars.
Stars.
Yeah.
Okay, it's hard to see from it. I didn't know if you killed. Isn't that you killed someone if you have a teardrop
Yes.
in prison?
Yes.
I mean,
Look at Carson.
You know,
Carson's like, yes.
I don't know.
I watch a lot of cable, D.
Listen, I ain't no rat. I don't snitch.
So what are the tears?
That's
I mean, what are
right.
the stars? That means you like killed somebody's dream.
Mine. Yeah.
You can tell we're real street in here. We really
Yeah,
understand. We know a lot.
Y'all hood as hell.
Yeah, we are. You know, people come in here, they're like, Big D, he's from the hood with his crocheting and
Man,
candle making.
Crocheting, candle making, teardrop face tats. What up?
What up,
Pinch
everybody?
nerve, don't stop him. Crochet that scarf, man.
Well, when you really put it that way, it's not quite the same. Elle's with us. The song "Worth a Shot" with our guy Mr. Dierks. More with Elle King coming up. Elle King with Dierks Bentley and "Worth a Shot" from the new album called "Come Get Your Wife." Hey, I got a question for you, Elle. Did Dierks change his number?
That's what I tell myself.
You too, huh?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, okay.
So you know he used to work at TNN back in the day. You didn't know? Okay, well you did. And I was watching an old TNN clip on YouTube, and I took a picture of it and I texted him and I said, "God bless TNN," and he put, "Who's this? LOL." And I'm like, oh.
Oof.
And I was
That's
like,
rough.
And you guys
That's-
used to be text buddies like
oh,
all the time.
All the time. We talked about
Pilot
airplanes.
stuff.
Yeah,
and
but
stuff.
was this recently? Because
Yeah.
he's the weirdest person in the world, and so he had a flip phone for a hot minute, you know? And then I think he kind of came back to life and got an iPhone. I don't think that flip phone numbers carry over to an iPhone. So just to give him a little bit of credit, or he was messing with you because he's also mean.
Well, I said,
And he also has an alter ego and pretends to be that other dude. So,
So you never know
Yeah.
which
You
never know what
Dierks
you're
you're going to
getting, yeah.
get.
well, I said, I knew like this was going bad. And so I said, it's Big D. And then I get a picture. It says it's Big Daddy Weave. It's like a picture of like someone playing it on their phone, and it just says Big Daddy Weave. And I'm like, and he goes, and it says cool. And I was like, oh, obviously it's not your
yeah.
number.
Okay.
Can we call him right now? Do you have his number? I need to make sure he
Big
had.
T.
I don't think I got updated.
He wouldn't answer for me.
Yeah, he would.
No, he
You're
wouldn't.
telling me you
Yeah, he
have a
would.
single out with Dierks Bentley, and if
he
you
wouldn't
called, he
call.
wouldn't
You
answer?
Well, I mean, if I felt confident in the
Here,
fact
I'm
that he would answer, I would do it on
See,
the radio.
I don't think
Would
you
call
understand the
person
history that we
that's
have.
number you have and see who it is.
Okay, I'm calling it right now.
Okay.
Here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need to find out.
Oh boy.
Get to the bottom of this.
This could
What
get
if
dark.
it is
This could
Dierks?
get dark real quick,
I
y'all.
know.
I hope it is Dierks.
If he doesn't answer, then I'll call him.
You're going to voicemail.
Oof.
Yeah.
He's probably biking up on a mountain somewhere or flying a plane.
Stop it.
That's what I tell myself.
You are
Sorry, the
such a
person you were trying to
supportive
reach
friend.
has
I know,
voicemail
you really
box
are.
has
You
not
really,
been
like...
No, honey, he
You know,
didn't see
no,
your
that's
text. No,
okay.
you know he's busy.
He might have the flip phone again, you know?
Look at yours. Can you call him?
Why don't you guys just look at the last two numbers and
And
go,
make-
are these
yeah.
your numbers?
Yeah, but it's cooler if we can get him on the air.
Oh.
I'm trying to
I'm
do,
being
do
told
good
he's
radio.
in another country and he's not going
He's
to
in
answer
another
the phone.
country. He's sleeping.
It depends. What country is he in?
His last two digits 47 that you have.
Oh, we're actually...
Let me see.
I also have a home number. I don't think that's right though.
Home number.
Yeah, I don't. Think
Some people have those still.
What's that? What's a home? I'm just kidding. I live in one. It's here. Let me see. All right, use the last two digits. What?
47.
Ooh.
Oh God!
Oh, man, he done changed the number on you, man.
That is
That's
not
cool.
good.
Oh.
At least you know, though.
Oh.
At least I know.
I'm going to go ahead and just delete them out of my phone because I have the same number you have. So
Oh, that Band-Aid got pulled off quick. Oh.
It's all right.
But you know what? If anyone's going to tell me, I'm glad it was you.
Yeah,
Yeah, because she
Me-
was real sweet about it.
me too.
Yeah.
that was sweet. Oh.
I mean, she showed sympathy. She didn't go, which is
No,
what I would have done.
I would never. He's sensitive. He crochets. That gotta be sweet.
All right, Elle King's with us. The new album's out. It's called Come Get Your Wife. We'll talk more with Elle coming up. Hang on. Elle King is with us, and the album is called Come Get Your Wife. It's available now, and it's got Worth a Shot on there with Dierks Bentley. I didn't realize that. I love the video. I think I've told you this before, with Miranda. And the I didn't realize, I was looking at some of the stuff here, that it was the first time since Reba and Linda Davis that you had the woman-to-woman collaboration with Drunk and I Don't Want to Go Home. I didn't realize that's crazy.
Yeah.
That was in
29 years.
1993 is when that happened.
Yeah, it was like 20-something years or something, and it's insane, and I'm very, very proud of that. I'm proud to be a part of that, and that, I think it's important, and very badass. Also, if you're gonna ask a friend that's a lot more famous than you to do something with you, it's like, hope you break a record or something,
Right.
Yeah.
It's like not what we set out to do, but I think that's a testament. It goes to show like what happens when badass women, work together and do creative things and have men around them that support them and build them up and believe in them. And it's a badass song, and it changed my life. And I think it's really cool. I mean, we got a shout out from Reba, and I was like, all right, I can die now. That's great. Thanks. Thanks, Reba. It's really cool.
Is country what you thought it would be?
No.
How's it different?
It's different in so many ways. I mean, it's different for how, like, my experience is, and it has brought me so much peace, and it's so much more than a genre to me. It's like country is has become my life, and not only for myself but my family and my whole band. We've all moved here, and I just kind of didn't really know what was going on in country, and I didn't realize how cool and how freeing it is. And even in the last few years of kind of being a part of it and letting being still kind of accepted and welcomed and with open arms, I've also seen it just grow even more and watch it kind of evolve and see how so many of like those badass country roots are making its way back around, because everything comes back around, whether it's fashion or music or everything. And so it's cool to see what is big mainstream, and it's also incredible to see what is kind of underground badass, like outlaw stuff that's all sort of meeting in the middle. And I'm excited that I get to watch it. I'm excited that I get to be a part of it. And like country has really given me this freedom and this sense of like home that I never really felt, and I didn't realize I didn't feel. And it's the first time in my life where I've been like, oh, I can just be me, and it's cool. And I credit so much of that to the fans, because when I started coming out to do country shows, they like the country fans and people that I was around really reminded me of my brother and my family, my home. And so it just gave me this confidence and this like ease of just having fun. And I loved that connection. And so through that, when I started to make the whole album, I had all of that just freedom in it. And I feel like this record, yes, it's country, but it's also, it sounds like a record I would make, but I was just so like open and even more vulnerable, and I felt so much comfort, and like I never had that experience in pop or rock. Making any record I've ever made has been really cool and incredible in its own experience, but making my country album, I had no idea that it was going to be the most me, and that all of these influences, like, we don't know what genre Elle King is. Like, me neither, I like them all. And it's cool to understand and kind of like take a step back and look and see all of these different genres helped me make what country is to me: the soul, the blues, the rock and roll, the southern rock and roll, and it's awesome. It's cool.
If you make good music that people who live in small towns can understand, they will love you. Country people will love you. They don't.
That's how country music
it's
started.
Not like about how you sound. It's not necessarily about how you look or where you come from. It's about, hey, I understand those words and I get what she's saying, and I like that.
We relate.
It's relatable music.
I see a lot of that with Jelly. When people call in and they'll talk about his music got me through. I was there. I did that.
Yeah.
I was in jail. I was blah blah blah. And there's this. I don't know. People can see you're not above them.
They know when you're faking.
No, I'm quite short, so it's
No, I was just going to say, they know when you're faking, and you're just coming out and you're just being Elle King.
Yeah.
And I mean, when I listen to the music, even the album, there's stuff that still kind of sounds like the X's and O's thing. But
Yeah, it's not a far
It sounds
thing.
like you.
It is, and that's what's cool. It's not like, oh, Elle came and put a twang on it, and we just threw a little pedal steel. It's like, I mean, that's not a lie, but also it's still very much me, and especially because Ross Copperman and I co-produced the record, and so I had a big hand in the kind of sonic narrative and the sound and the feel, and all of it is me. And you know, going back onto like the connection and you know, people like Jelly Roll, like when I first got in music, it was because I had this I wanted free beer and I wanted to get into a bar before I was 21. And then it like, you know, all these things that start off light kind of, I realized after, like, songwriting is a cathartic process for me because I don't know what to do with emotions. And so I put them into this thing, whether it's a happy song, party song, rowdy song, like super sad song. A listener connects with that, and through that, the listener feels like they're not alone, which is a connection to the performer and the songwriter. And it's this like symbiotic, beautiful relationship and connection of music that everybody realizes I'm not alone in this, and it's an incredible thing. And so that has always been such a big driving force for me to continue to be vulnerable, because it could reach one person and you both understand we're in this together, you know? And that's why it's so beautiful. And so when I started coming, I was going through like a really weird life change and some hard times. And when I started to see these country fans, they reminded me of my family. My brother's like my favorite person in the world. And you know, I've told you guys, this is the only radio show that they listen to, and they scream when they hear you guys talk about me, and it makes me so proud. And so when I never would have sang with Dierks Bentley if my brother wasn't like, Elle, you don't know Dierks Bentley, you have to sing that song. So all this was like, you know, for me to make him think that I'm cool. And through that, I saw my brother in every fan that I met, and it just made me feel like home. And now country feels like home to me, and it's just been so incredible, and I'm so excited. And like I just, this whole album is like a love letter to my home and my family and these people that are real people, and there's so many of them all over the world. I still continue to learn how much country is so big and everything and everywhere all over the world, and it's beautiful. It's really, really cool.
Well, you're stuck with us now.
Good.
It's the same thing that happened to like Kenny Rogers and
Conway,
Conway Twitty,
Johnny Cash. They all came and then they don't leave. You're stuck with
you're
us.
here. So
Good.
Well, I will say,
Get comfy.
welcome home.
Thank
We're
you.
glad to have you.
Thank you.
Elle King, the new one is called "Come Get Your Wife." Worth a Shot is on there. Go get it and support her. Also support the tour as well, and get all the information on our website. Just go to Elle King. Just Google that. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Tell your fam we said, "Yo, what up, fam?"
I will.
Do it just like that.
Next
Yo,
time, bring
what
your
up,
brother
fam?
by.
I would love. Oh my gosh, he would be so nervous and excited. But
Yeah, let's make that happen.
he
Bring
would
him
love.
in.
What's his name?
Noah. But
What
I call
up,
him
Noah?
I call him. What up, Noah? I call him Bob. We call each other Bob. His kids call me Aunt Bob.
That's weird. All right, Elle King, everyone.
Wow, we have videos, lots of them, more than just the one you watched. We got more and more and more and more.
Yeah, subscribe, hit the notification bell, or we'll tell your mom.